Hi there and welcome to the second tutorial video from St Kentigern's Academy geared at supporting home learning, parental engagement and aiming to enhance learning and teaching in a time of recovery. This video will cover home learning and assessment within St Kentigern's Academy and what the school are currently doing in order to ensure parents and carers are kept informed and learners are informed of when assessments are coming up or are due, as well as feeding back to parents and carers and learners about how learners are getting on within their learning. So, first things first, I'm going to open up my Teams again, as was previously set up in the first video. Now, in the first video, I used Demo Team 1 and Demo Team 2. Now, Demo Team 1 was one I was already added to. Demo Team 2 was one that I joined using a code. So if you're unsure about that step, pop back and see video 1 and it will show you what you need to do to get a learner onto the pertinent teams. Now, if I go into Demo Team 2, my member of staff set this up for me today and has given me an assignment. Now, with the assignments, one of the bits of feedback we've been receiving from parents is they aren't sure when assessments are happening, when home learning is due and things like that. So as a collective, we thought it'd be really handy if everyone was aiming to move towards the same system, and the system that the school are employing is the use of assignments on teams. Now, most teams, if they are a general class, will have an assignments tab that will inform learners in the class as to whether or not they have work due. Now, I'm actually in this team as a pupil, so if I click on the assignments tab for Demo Team 2, I can actually see that I have got homework assigned for the 13th of November and it's element autobiography. Now, the deadline for that is the end of the day. That can be set by the teacher, and at the moment I haven't completed any other work. Now, if I click on this, it'll actually take me to a page that gives me the instructions on what I have to do. It says here, complete an autobiography on the element you were given, information required, and that can be found in your class notebook. And Miss Quinn has kindly also linked it to Class Notebook, which a lot of classes are using where ICT is available, to actually record notes and to share some of the work the kids are doing. And again, it's only accessible by one learner through their system. Other learners can't access their work. So it's quite handy. Now, if I click on this, it should take me to a page that will actually then give me the task that I can then carry out. It tells me the different elements that are available, and it tells me kind of what I have got to have in my work. It also gives me here the rubric for how to gain success. So this task is set up in chemistry by Miss Quinn. Now, if I come back out of that, once I complete that task, I can actually upload my file using this attachment link here, and I would select hand in. And when I do that, that will submit it to Miss Quinn, and she can then mark it and allocate feedback to me. Now, at the moment, I've not done the work, which I'll get a slap on the wrist for. However, I'm going to hand it in. So when I do that, I can undo and I can reattach things. However, for now, that's all I can do with this assignment. Now, if on the other hand I go to Demo Team 1, which I set up the other day, on this one, if I view my assignment, it's actually been submitted already. And what Miss Quinn has actually done is she has went on to it, she's marked it for me, I got 5 out of 5, I was clearly doing well that day. And she's actually also provided some feedback here as well. So written feedback can be allocated to pieces of homework very easily so that learners can have a look at what they did well and can have their next steps in their learning as well in terms of how to enhance the answers they've given, maybe just push them to that next level that we're looking for from them at St Kentigern's Academy. There's other things as well that can be done. Some staff might put audio clips on it. If it's maybe, say, languages, they might want audio on so learners can practice their vocabulary. There's a lot of different things that can be done through the teacher side of things, but the basic feedback system would be a written comment like this and a mark here as well. If I was to click on grades, I can then see that for this homework, and this would give me a list of all the assignments I've done, I can see I got 5 out of 5. So over the course of a topic, I could actually track through and go, here's the topics I'm really good at, here's the topics I'm not very good at, and I could actually start to tailor my own revision towards success. And I think as a teacher working with a lot of different learners, that's a skill that we need to develop in our learners. And even as adults, it's very difficult at times to identify those key areas we need to work on, but as soon as we do, we can then start the process of strengthening our areas of weakness and enhancing things by learning. So, that is the assignments tab. Now, the other thing as well, which is nice about Teams, is if, as a parent, you're not necessarily wanting to go through every single team, because if I did it, I'd be here all day, you can actually click on the assignments tab on the left-hand side of the screen. And when you do that, it'll actually bring up all the different assignments that are registered against you as a learner. Now, what I know is that as a teacher, I obviously have ones for every class that I'm linked into. However, if I go down to here, and for your own learners, sorry, you'll actually only see the ones that are linked to them, which is handy. If you go to your returned assignments, straight away you can see there that, yep, I have handed in my first homework and got 5 out of 5, and I went to hand in my second one and I'm awaiting a mark on that as well. So you can get your feedback very quickly using this tab, and you can also see what's due and when it's due as well. Now, one of the things I use quite often as a teacher, I will actually post reminders of when assessments are happening as well, not simply just an assignment that needs to be submitted to me. So it keeps my learners right in that they see they've got an A/B test coming up on the 3rd of November, but they will also see that, 3.2 in biology here, they have a homework due, so they would submit that electronically. It could be marked and fed back to them, and it also takes away that risk of handing in paperwork, things having to sit for days before they can be looked at, and it covers a lot of the risk in terms of health and safety for staff and for the learners as well. So by using this online system, we mitigate a lot of the risk with the current climate we live in, and we can give feedback to learners very quickly, very succinctly, and it's a very handy way for parents and carers to also be able to see how their learners are getting on at snapshot, and to encourage them to be working towards assessments and things at home as well. So hopefully this video was helpful, and there will be more tutorial videos that will feature from the school as soon as we find more things to inform you about. Thank you. Bye.